Good morning, class.
Morning.
So, we're going to have a presentation by Pak. The topic is about grammar substitution method or GTM, and the theme is same as always, the theme of the presentation. And Pak, time is yours.
Okay. Alright, thank you, Bayu. Good time. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, nice to see you for this morning. Let me give you the presentation about grammar translation methods. As we know that being the teacher is not an easy task, but also it's not too difficult. But yeah, we can do as a teacher how to make the classroom, how to teach our class in every condition and quickly effective. Okay, so because teaching needs specific skill, intricate skill to manage the classroom. Not only about the material, the concept, but also the atmosphere in the classroom. So it is very important. And also learning the language cannot be separated from the rules. So the rules in learning the language we say in the form of grammar, especially for the English. Okay. This presentation will give the definition and then the history, the nature and the principles, strength and weaknesses, and then modeling, and maybe that's very simple modeling, and the assessment at the last. Okay. We begin from the history, definition. Definition. What is grammar translation methods? From the word grammar, we will talk about rules, translation, and we translate. So we use these methods. Teaching foreign languages derived from classical. Sometimes we call that traditional, traditional methods from the ancient Greek and Latin. So in grammar translation classes, students learn grammatical rules and then learn the rules to apply in translation. Translating the sentences between the target language and the native language. So we can teach grammar translation methods in our mother tongue. So when our mother tongue is Bahasa Indonesia, we teach grammar translation methods in Bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian language. When we are from Philippines, like Sister Grace, teaching English by using Tagalog. Okay. So that's the definition of grammar translation methods. The history of grammar translation methods. This came from what I said before. What I told you before, that this is the ancient methods. Maybe this is the oldest one, because it was coming from ancient Greek and ancient Roman, So when at the time, Greek was international language, and Latin is the administrative language in Rome, in ancient Rome. When the people in Rome, they have to learn Latin. So the Greek people learned Latin by using the grammar translation methods. So in early 16th century, and then it was studied purely as an academic discipline. So this is from the community into the academic discipline. So it is taught in at school, yeah, and in university. So grammar translation methods, yeah, teachers start teaching other foreign languages, yeah. Start teaching other foreign languages in the 19th century. So they used the same translation-based approach as had been used for teaching Latin. Okay, so although Latin and Greek already died out, yeah, so every languages use grammar translation methods in academic discipline. So it is taught in every school and university until today, yeah. Okay, so the nature of grammar translation methods. The first is grammar translation methods focus on translation, yeah, translation from one language into another language and learning the rule of grammar. So we learn the rules of grammar and we translate into the target of language. Yeah. For example, when we want to say the sentences in every different time, so it will change the verb like in English. Okay. According to Chelsea Murcia 2001, yeah, grammar translation approach is an extension of the approach used to teach classical language to the teaching of modern language. Yeah. And then the method is called a classical method since it was firstly used in teaching language. So this is the oldest one. Okay. So maybe it is not too interesting for today, yeah, because yeah, what the people did in the class, yeah. Furthermore, in teaching using grammar translation method, it begins with rules of grammar, and then isolated vocabulary items, and then translation from one language to another language. So when we plan the concept of grammar, we only choose the words, yeah. Some vocabulary, not all vocabulary, we deliver to the student. Okay. So it means that isolated vocabulary items. Yeah. When we want to teach about grammar, for example, tenses, we only tell our students about regular and irregular verb. Okay. In these methods, the teacher demonstrates the material in one way. So the teacher is the center. Yeah, the teacher is the center, not student center. Yeah. Teacher as the main role in teaching and learning. Student just ask the meanings, yeah, of the sentences or question that do not understand to the teacher. The student only asks if they don't understand. Yeah, if they don't understand what the sentence means, they ask the teacher. Then the teacher will help the student directly by providing its translation. So everything about the teacher's role, yeah. So the teachers direct the students, yeah. So yeah, everything what the teacher teacher say, what the teacher concept, yeah. So this is a grammar translation method. The different for today, yeah, I think today is using communicative grammar or communicative approach, yeah. Characteristic of grammar translation methods. What is the characteristic of grammar translation methods? Yeah, according to Prater and Chelsea Murcia in Yuliana 2020 listed the major characteristic of grammar translation method. The first, classes are taught in other mother tongue. Okay, classes are taught in other mother tongue with little use of target language activity. So we use bahasa Indonesia and then we translate into English. Okay, yeah. Vocabulary are taught in the form of isolated words. Yeah, isolated words. How is the change of the verb, the change of comparison in adjective, yeah, from what is good, better, then the best, yeah, that, worst, etc. Okay. Longer explanation is given for the grammar, so it needs longer explanation because we have to plant the concept to the students. Yeah. Okay. We have to play the trick, yeah, to make not our class will not be boring, yeah. Grammar provides the rule for putting words together, and instruction often focus on the form and inflection of words. Okay, and reading difficult text is begun early. Reading difficult text. Yeah, I think we have to map our students how far they are intake about this material. Yeah, not always because of characteristic of GTM to begin from difficult text, but we have to measure. We have to identify our students. Yeah, how far they can understand about the sentences, so we can begin with the simple text. Yeah. Little attention is paid to content of text. Little attention is paid to content of text. Yeah, we do not pay attention to the content of the text, but we focus to the grammar, yeah, grammar analysis. Often the only drill are exercises in translating disconnected sentences from the target language into mother tongue. So we drill them, yeah, to give them exercises, yeah, to translate. Yeah. Little or no attention is given to pronunciation. Yeah. Sometimes pronunciation is not important things, yeah, in grammar translation methods. Although maybe the teacher must correct the students' pronunciation when teaching. Yeah? The focus is on accuracy. Sorry. The focus is on accuracy and not the fluency. Accuracy of the sentence, not the fluency of the student to speak. Okay. So the activity in teaching using grammar translation method is a combination of learning grammar and translation. Learning grammar and translation. By using grammar translation methods, the first one, it makes the student understand the sentence easily, because the communication and learning uses target language that translated in our mother tongue.
Where's your charger?
Yeah.
Your charger, where is it?
Oh. Okay, grammar translation method makes the students understand the sentence easily, because communication in studying and learning process, we use our mother tongue. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. Principle. Yeah, the principles according to Jack. Yeah, Jack Richards, Johanni et al. 2020. There are some principles as the characteristic of grammar translation methods. The first one, the goal of foreign is to learn language in order to read its literature or in order to get benefit from the mental discipline and intellectual developmental as the result of foreign language study. So we can learn the literature, and also we learn the grammar, as the mental discipline. So reading and writing are the major focus. Reading and writing are the major focus, not speaking and listening. Little or no systematic attention is paid to speaking or listening. Okay, vocabulary selection is based on the reading text use, and words are taught through the bilingual words list. Dictionary study and memorization. So we try to push to drill our students to memorize the words. Okay. The sentence is the basic unit of teaching and language practice. The basic unit of teaching and language practice. Okay. We must begin in every sentence, in every situation that related to our topic. Okay. Accuracy is imprecise. Okay. So accuracy is very important here. Grammar is taught deductively. Deductively. Presentation and study, or grammar rules, which are then practiced through translation exercises. Deductive means that from the concept. Then after the concept, so the process will run smoothly. The student native language is the medium of instruction. It is used to explain new items and to enable comparison to be made between the foreign language and student native language. Okay. Native language is the medium of instruction. We can use Bahasa Indonesia to give them the instruction. Although sometimes at school we must use in the bracket. So we begin from English and then in the bracket the translation. So grammar translation methods has advantages and disadvantages, strengths and weaknesses. The strengths, the first one is students are good on memorizing rules and translating the text. Because we push them, we drill the exercise to memorize the words, to have the skill of translation. The second one is the teacher gave the explanation, then the explanation is followed by sample sentences by students to know how far they understood about the materials. After giving the explanation, we give the example of the sentences, and then the students will be measured how far they already understood about the material. It is more effective. It is more effective in teaching tenses, when we are, so the student can get a clear explanation about the materials. Okay, we must give the explanation as clear as possible. Yeah, explicitly. Okay. Grammar translation methods help students become more familiar with grammar from native language and improve writing skill. Okay, besides the grammar, the student will improve the writing skills. Yeah, especially when writing about narrative, they can use simple past tense. Okay, when writing the full text, they use simple present tense. Yeah, etc. Tests of grammar rules and translation are easy to construct. Yeah, I think it's true. Yeah, very easy to construct. Yeah, then the other material. Teachers who are not fluent in English, because sometimes not all the teachers are fluency in English enough. Yeah, maybe they teach in rural places and in the villages, teaching English, but they are not fluent enough. But they have the concept of grammar very well. They can teach the students grammar translation methods. Okay, because it emphasizes it's not going to learn bahasa Indonesia, so she must know Indonesian structure. Yeah. Fortunately, bahasa Indonesia does not use grammar. Yeah. But at least from the Philippines, yeah, Philippines has the grammar, and then it must be must be connected to our language, yeah, Indonesian language. Students can learn vocabulary not only the target language but also in their mother tongue. Okay, so we learn English, we can improve our own mother tongue. Yeah, because not all words in our mother tongue can be can be memorized very well, and we understand what the word means. Yeah. Weaknesses. Okay, so weaknesses of grammar translation methods. Grammar translation method cannot develop the competence of communicative interaction for students. Yeah. It is already criticized, yeah, that grammar translation methods cannot give the student communicative competence, yeah, because the teacher center, they only coach how to produce the sentences in written form. Okay, so using mother tongue so that the target language become less active, yeah, for the target of language. Teacher centered, not student centered. Poor listening and speaking, yeah, poor listening and speaking. Inaccurate pronunciation. If we don't aware of the student pronunciation, sometimes, yeah, they can produce the words but inaccurate pronunciation. Okay, for example, how to say high school, they will say high school. So because it is silent G, yeah, must not be pronounced. Must be pronounced high school, not high school, yeah. Grammar translation method is not interactive and engaging for the students, yeah. So this is not engaging for the activity in the classroom, yeah. So this is the weaknesses. Okay, teaching procedures in grammar translation methods. This is teaching procedure. Okay, so The first thing is the teacher open the teaching and learning process by presenting the short text, and I will present you the short text. After this, maybe the example of the modeling and teaching grammar translation method. The second, the teacher then asks the student to translate the text, and the teacher fosters the student to reach the meaning in every sentence. Okay. And then the teacher begins to explain the concept of grammar that will be presented. Okay. After the sentence is translated, and then the teacher will give the concept explanation, and then the teacher will measure the student by giving the exercise of grammar translation methods. And the student will do the exercise. After that, they get the scores, and then the teacher and the student will make a reflection together. Okay? Okay, this is modeling of grammar translation methods. Okay, I'm sorry, I will begin to teach. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this is for the 9th class. Yeah, 9th class grade. Okay. Relative pronouns. Who knows relative pronouns?
It's like negative clause.
Ya.
Relative pronoun adalah kata ganti yang digunakan untuk menyambungkan satu klausa dengan klausa yang lain, independent and dependent clause.
Oke. Bisa disebut dengan kata ganti penghubung. Oke, in English, ya, we have relative pronoun. Ada relative pronoun. Ada apa saja? Kita pakai. Oke, Pak. Ya, kita tahu yang ya. Nah, sekarang coba perhatikan berikut. Perhatikan paragraf berikut. Oke. Coba bacakan Pak.
Yang mana Pak? Apa ya?
Paragrafnya.
Saya menyukai seorang gadis yang selalu peduli dengan kehidupan saya. Dialah orang yang saya berikan dalam hidup saya.
Sister Grace.
Saya.
Grace, ya, Grace, silakan.
Word by word or what I understood.
Ya, the first sentence. Kalimat pertama, coba.
Okay. I like one beautiful papa.
Saya, I like
A girl who always that always care. That I always care with my life.
Okay. I always a girl who
Whom I
always
take care in my heart. The person who imprint in my life.
Saya menyukai I like a girl who always cares with my life. Okay. Dialah orang yang saya impikan dalam hidup saya. Sari. Second sentence. Ya. She is the one whom
She is the one whom I dream of on my life.
Oh, very good. Ya. Oke. Kalimat ketiga. Perhatiannya attention who apa tuh ya? Which makes me falling in love. Oke. Terakhir, Wahida. She is
The woman
the woman,
whose
ya, whose heart
heart as
is
white as snow.
as white as snow. Oh, bagus, tangan semua ya.
Ih, bagian kita.
Nah, now we try to to know the concept. Kenapa kok beda? Who kok beda? Who, that, which, dan whose. Nah, apa saja? Kenapa dia beda? Coba kita lihat dalam bahasa Inggris. Oke. Who, ya, who must be, harus diikuti, must be followed by verb. Ya, who untuk untuk siapa? Person. For human, ya. For human. Whom must be followed by subject, and then verb. Ya, ini juga untuk ya, person or human. Oke.
But especially for object.
Ya. Terus which
for
Hah?
choice.
Gimana? Gimana? Which plus verb. And then which plus subject plus verb. Ini untuk apa nih? For things, ya, benda. And for animal. Ya. Terus that. Oke, that bisa agak bebas ya. That posisi benda. Ya, kalau orang kita pakai who dan whom. Oke, we use who and whom for human. But sometimes, tapi kadang-kadang we use that. Whose. Objek, verb. Ini untuk kepunyaan. Ini untuk orang. Oke. Harus diikuti kata kerja. I like a girl who always cares with my life. Who cares? Who cares? Ya, harus diikuti kata kerja. Who cares? Okay. And then how to use whom? Whom diikuti subjek baru verb. Okay. She is someone whom I dream in my life. Okay. She. And then whom I yang saya. I adalah subjek. Kalau objek itu me. Ya. Boleh nggak pakai me?
Boleh.
Ya, harus pakai subjek. Oke ya. Whom I dream. Oke. Berikutnya, kalimat berikutnya. Which and plus verb. And then which plus subject plus verb. Oke, perhatikan. Her attention, dan attention itu subjeknya, kata bendanya. Oke, which makes my heart tremble, yang membuat hati saya bergetar. Oke, perhatikan di situ. Which diikuti oleh which makes. Ya, gimana kalau which-nya diikuti subjek? Gimana kira-kira kalimatnya? The cat Oh, or the girl ya, the girl. Oke. Rumus kedua gimana? Her smile that I like always makes me falling in. Oh, oke. Sekarang push kepunyaan yang mempunyai, ya, yang mempunyai. She's a girl whose heart is as white as snow. Ya, dia adalah seorang gadis yang senyuman apa?
She's a girl whose heart.
Ya, yang hatinya seperti salju.
Tidak.
Hatinya merah.
Seminggu ya.
Oke ya, seperti salju. Oke, perhatikan di situ. Oke, sudah paham nih semuanya?
Apa?
You understand about this?
Alright.
Okay, yeah. I will give you exercise.
Wow.
Okay. Nah, we translate. Ya, kita terjemahkan ya. Mudah kan?
Susah Pak.
Jadi kerjakan dulu. Di kertas ya. Di buku juga boleh. Sudah selesai terjemahnya? Oke, nah, kita dikumpulkan ya. Oke. Yuk, kita koreksi sama-sama yuk. Yang pertama, saya mengenal dia yang selalu berada di bawah pohon itu. Berdoa di bawah pohon itu.
Jadi itu Krishna dong Pak, itu tidak Pak.
Oh iya.
Tapi main suling dia Pak. Kalau Krishna.
Oke, gimana?
I know her who always say
Ya, I know her atau I know him. Oke. Yang selalu
who
who always
pray
pray under the tree. Yo. Sisters. Nomor 2. Dia adalah seorang yang polisi cari. She, ya, dia, she. Oke, she.
Whom the police searching for?
Ya, is someone
Looking for.
who or whom?
Police.
Who or whom?
Who?
Whom the police
aku.
Look
search
for.
for, looking for. Oke, very good. Pakai whom. Oke.
Pak, olah Pak, dipotong Pak.
Nomor 3. Kelemahannya yang membuat dia jatuh. His weakness. Makes him fall. Yeah. Whose father is a doctor. Bring pintar semua ya. Ya, yang terakhir, tas yang saya berikan kepadamu adalah hadiah ulang tahun.
Bag which I give to you is my gift birthday.
Ya, pakai date atau with.
Itu gift birthday.
Bisa bahasanya. Oke.
Anak banyak yang bahasa Inggris.
Ini. Ada yang dapat 100? Ya, pintar semua ya.
Birthday present.
Oke, ini skornya ya.
Yeay.
Kalau salah jangan tidak dikasih nilai, kita kasih nilai ya, bukan nulis. Oke,
Saya tadi
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Yeah, this is the references. For the complete one already in the form of words. Yeah, words document. Okay, this one. Yeah, this is the theory, and then this is more complete, yeah, than the presentation in the form of PowerPoint. Okay. Yeah. So the principle, the characteristics is more complete, and then the strengths, weaknesses, and then modeling. Yeah, everything it is Microsoft Word. Yeah. Yeah, based on the references of this. Yeah, this is the grammar translation methods. Thank you for your attention and participation in this class. And let me say good morning, everybody. See you at the next meeting. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for your presentation. I learned new things about the translation. Well, in my mind, when we do that literally translation is, in my mind, is converting one language to another language. Okay. Now my question is, which one is better when we conduct this kind of method? Translating, we use the mother tongue, the L1 into L2, or we use L2 to L2. Because I mean that, I guess that I have ever read one article. Okay, actually it depends on the cases of the students. Okay, when we want to translate this kind of thing, so we don't come literally here. This is what called one part. So we provide the student experience of learning new vocabularies. So this is or with some kinds of stages. This is kind of thing. What is it? So probably the students will say bottle, right? This is something that water inside. Okay. So my question is, well, I do believe that finally, maybe for the final stage, we come with the L2 to L1. So we use our mother tongue. Now let's say that in the case of Sister Grace. Okay. So in the beginning, earlier, I believe that she did master Indonesian, right? Okay. And then we don't know Tagalog either, right? So how do we translate the things in Tagalog to make sure that Sister Grace understands about the words? Okay, maybe you can share.
Yeah. Already I get the point.
I have a question, but maybe it's additional information on this. In my case, since I am taking English, I should have that effort to understand Bahasa Indonesia. So,
Yeah.
in my case, so I need to translate English into Bahasa Indonesia in order for me to be part or to have that feeling of being at home in the atmosphere or the situation. So it is a matter of what to learn and what to adapt.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the second language into mother tongue. Yeah, that's only technical things in the classroom by the teacher. Okay. In the exercise, we can use both. Yeah, we can use both from our mother tongue to the target of language, or from the target of language into mother tongue. Yeah, but sometimes when we try to ask the student from the target language into mother tongue, sometimes they will make some mistake from the concept. Yeah, they are confused to apply the concept. But from thinking in mother tongue into the target of language, they will follow the rules. Yeah. So that's my experience about this. This is the pure grammar translation method. Although this is very seldom I use in the class, yeah, but in some cases I will use this, yeah, because when I identify the students do not interactive enough in the classroom, I cannot use communicative approach, yeah, because the cases must be how we try to make them understand, yeah, how to plan the concept first. Okay, but if the student is well enough to know the grammar, we can use communicative approach. That's why I say that this method already criticized, yeah, in 19th century. So it is not used in many conditions at this time, especially for curriculum Merdeka 2013 curriculum, yeah. So because we use communicative approach, we begin from stimulus and then we begin from speaking class, and then we begin with some sentences. Must be speaking, listening, and speaking, reading, listening, and writing. Yeah. So we must use communicative approach, yeah, for this, not grammar translation methods. Communicative approach, we use communicative grammar. Yeah, communicative grammar. I will give you the example of communicative grammar. We only when we say like this, what words? Sick.
Sick.
Okay. When I say Farhan is absent today, the student will say because she is sick. So that's communicative grammar. Yeah, so they respond, she is sick. Yeah. Or we say, why is Farhan is absent today? Why Farhan is absent today? So we will say because he is sick. Okay. That's how we try to make them to speak. Okay. That's communicative approach or communicative grammar, not grammar translation. Okay. Thank you.
I have another one. On the slides, attention is makes, right? So you provided the translations of the words, like what makes. So let's say that I have a poor student. What the thing in my mind that will be recorded. So what is makes. So later on, if you provide exercise like saya membuat 11, like so I will make it like this. I makes because in my mind makes is number one. So I guess that my suggestion is we have to be wise when we provide the translations to our students, because that's the thing they learn from us. Okay. All right. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And maybe last one. Yeah. What is it? We have got this one is from grade 9, right? Okay, grade 9. I believe that this is not the first time for them to learn English language. As I told you earlier, we provide the experience for our students. Maybe somehow we have to reduce the frequency of applying information. I mean that for the casual conversation, like, okay, now let's see kalimat nomor 3. Instead, we can say, now let's see the sentence number 3. So the students will get, oh, sentence kalimat 3 is kalimat ketiga, or maybe another one is like providing the encouragement for the students. Okay, sangat baik. Instead, we can say that's good, very good answer. Okay, or maybe we can say, apakah sudah selesai? Done. So the students learn new vocabularies on that day. Okay.
present tenses, simple present tense, simple past tense, present continuous. Even we can combine how to use present tense, and then how to use simple past and how to use present
Sometimes
continuous.
the students miss out on that.
Yeah, that's already taught in 8th class. So we believe that they still remember about the concept, why we use makes, why we use we put s, in the sentence. What Pak has already explained us yesterday. So I think that's the better thing is we use without s. So they will understand about the concept very well. Okay, but this is the 9th class. So we already identified first about how far they can apply the basic tenses before. Okay, I think the concept of Ms. Bianci is very well. Thank you. This is Chris.
I will just add, so during my first month here in Indonesia, so I had my online class, Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah.
So online class, my teacher is from Yogyakarta.
Yeah.
Then when we were studying, she told me, don't think English while we are studying.
Yeah.
Because the tendency is I'm going to translate word by word. For example, New Year, baru tahun, tapi it's not that one.
Yeah.
Tahun baru.
The phrase,
So don't think English, you will be confused. So just go with the flow. I am going to teach you. And because in Indonesia, Bahasa Indonesia, there is no such exact procedure or construction in English. So and that is really difficult. My tendency is to think translate word by word.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it's not that.
Good. Yeah. One of the strength of grammar translation methods, for example, we can teach other languages by using our mother tongue or by using other language. For example, when I'm teaching Bahasa Indonesia with this phrase, I'm using English. Bahasa Indonesia, and I have to know Tagalog too. So 3 languages in grammar translation. Okay, that's the strength of grammar translation methods. Okay, still other questions? Yeah, Bayu.
Maybe I would like to share my experience.
Okay.
So I had an experience when I taught as a mentor of GSR Pertamina. So I was teaching English for special purposes, that's for photography and also humanity. And the question is that, do we teach grammar intensively or extensively? The fact is that we never teach the grammar. Even if we are going to teach future tense, we always use the books that consist of the, for example, Be Smart in English 1, in the chapter 3. The book is about what do you plan for tomorrow, not about the future tenses. So we teach English is extensively, not intensively. And then if we're talking about the grammar translation method, this is quite difficult to explain to the students about what is the system of the English itself, as we're going to talk about the system inside the English. But how to discuss with our student the differences between who, whom, whose, and then that why don't we use that for every single sentences, as it is allowed by the native speaker. The native speaker will speak using that. Never is like who. They always, even for some cases, the native speaker speaks like me name, not my name. They use me, and some British, the British using, they use me name, not my name. So the idea is that we're going to introduce the concept of using this language to our students, the concept of the system of the language itself. us, every single word in English and Indonesian and every single language has its own lexical meaning. For example, the lexical meaning of the glass. So the glass is, for example, the handphone. Even though we do not know the Tagalog, what is Tagalog say for this one? So even if we go to Thailand and we are going to call someone, we always like this one. And then the Thailandese understand about what we say. So that is the concept, the lexical meaning. So how to introduce the lexical meaning to our student, the concept of using those language. We can't just teach like this is who for humans and this is who's for, because in some cases the rules of using English systematic, syntax, and linguistic is not always tied to that rules. For example, if we're going to teach about phonetic, the double O not always pronounce U. For example, door and U. So this is the weaknesses of using English. So that is why considers told us that the number one rules of mastering the language is that do what native speaker do. So yeah, I think I want to just share that experiences about the grammar. Translation method. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, very good, yeah. So that will give us more input. Yeah, what
Maybe I need to confirm about this one.
Okay.
But I do agree with that one. So we learn like what a native does, right? And what native do. Okay. Maybe in these cases, okay, of course the native will stick on the grammar. It happens on writing. But if it is used for spoken, somehow they ignore the grammar. Maybe from your point of view, it happens for speaking. Okay, but for writing something which is formal, you have to get on the track. You have to follow the formula. So for that purposes, maybe the objective is make make people to be able to speak English, right? So say anything what you know. Okay, if you know the grammar, maybe the things about grammar, maybe we can. The person, the people learn from us. So if we speak in that way, they will follow us. That's okay.
Because grammar translation method, that stressing to writing process.
Yeah, I think for some cases that what the native speaker do, what Indonesian do, for example, the English learners of Indonesians, is that we always think that we teach our student and academically English. So they use English in formal cases or formal environments. When they stick to the formal domain, they use academically English. That's what formal English. But the native speakers, in fact, the native speaker not always following the grammar. If we ask the native speaker, why do you use this one? Most of them never know the answer. They just do because they acquire the language. They not learn the language. They not learn the theoretically. For example, if we are going to ask the student about what is the difference between how and what. For example, we're asked them what is the characteristic and how is the characteristic. Which one is the correct? It's hard to divert those kind of the how and what. And then both of them is also acceptable, but the focus of the word is different. That is the concept of the language. That is what makes us hard to understand the English itself. That is why we need 12 years to master English, and most of our students is not a master of English, even though we learned in 12 years. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
So in addition to this,
Okay.
it's not a question, but my experience. So starting to enroll in Untan last year. So I need to go to the Office of International Student. So I was walking around. I met students. So I want to know where's the office. Then when I asked the students, they find it hard to understand me. May I know where is the Office of International Student? They can't understand. So I keep on slowly, it becomes slowly to word by word. Where is the office? I do also, I need to submit. But I do not ma-up sa itiga tao, yun ba yung kabilang ito.
But you know,
Hindi na
I
how to encourage students how they speak well. I just have one suggestion. If we do it for English for academic purpose or English for specific purpose, maybe we can have to concern on our goal. What is the goal? The goal is to make them speak well, or the goal is to make them how to master the grammar well. So we can switch, we can arrange our technique, our method, and our learning model to be suitable with our first goal. But in the teaching learning process in the classroom case, of course, in doing the teaching learning in the classroom, we can also combine this method with another approach and with another model and with the other technique, so that we can reach our goal and we can fulfill the learning purpose. That's just what I want to see.
Still another suggestion or the conclusion of today is about grammar translation methods. It is not the most effective one, but the most effective is how the teacher combines with every method and approaches in teaching the student.